What's going on, guys? Miwa Tokusatsu here. And today, we're taking a look at the deluxe Diend Driver from Kamen Rider Decade, the 20 Rider Kicks edition, released during the time of Kamen Rider Geo. So, just like the Deca Driver that I reviewed a couple of months ago, this is supposed to be somewhat of an upgraded version from the previous release, because while I never owned the original, I've seen in reviews that it doesn't read the cards that you put in there, so it was rendered kind of useless. Well, I think this one actually can. As you can see, it comes with the 10 cards of the first 10 Heisei secondary riders. And then you also get some attack cards for Diend as well. And here we have the Diend Driver. And I'm really surprised with how good this looks out of box, because there's definitely enough detail on here to call this screen accurate. But the paint job is just so nicely done, like the chrome silver and the gold as well. Then you got a bit of that chrome blue going across there, showing Diend's sort of like faceplate or whatever you want to call it. Coming to the back, there's a little less going on here, but still really cool. And to turn them on, just flip that switch there. He takes 2 AAA batteries, which you can open in this compartment right here. And you get that activation noise. So also with him, you get a deck holder as well. And these are all the cards you get with him. So, just to show this off, you can put the cards in here like this, just in that front slot, and close it up like that. And without further ado, we can start the henshin. So we'll of course naturally start with Diend himself. Take that first card out. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry guys, it's so late at night when I'm recording this. I'm a bit tired. Okay, so card's gonna slide in first. Then pull the lever. Henshin. And that is the Diend activation noise. Excuse me. Okay, he does not want to come out. Next up is G3 from Agito. So with the exception of Diend, it says the rider's name before you can actually pull the trigger, which I think that's how it was done in the show. Like, it's been so long since I've watched Decade, so excuse me if I don't remember everything. And next up is Knight from Ryuki. So when you pull the trigger, it's going to be the same activation noise each time. Then we have Kaiza from Fies. Okay, that was a little odd, but whatever. Next up is Ibuki from, Garen from Blade, excuse me. Okay, now we have a Buki. Then we've got Attack from Kabuto. Then Ixa from Kiva. Zoronos from Deno. Oh, wrong way. So I realized that might have been out of order because Deno was before Kiva, so first it should have been Zoronos, then Ixa, but that was just kind of the order that they were in the deck for some weird reason. So then lastly, we have the attack cards. So first is Diend's illusion move. Okay, so it's the same activation noise when you pull the trigger. Then there's Invisible. Cross attack. Oh, that went in kind of crooked. Okay. So that was Blast. Next is Barrier. And then you have the final attack ride. Okay, so you finally get a different sound effect there for the actual blasting finisher. So for those of you wondering about the cross compatibility between this set and the Diend Driver, there's some good news and some bad news. So the Diend Driver will read all the cards from its own deck as well as the ones for the Diend Driver, but the Diend Driver will not read any of the cards from the Diend deck, which is a bit of a bummer. It doesn't really make much sense because you would think that the main rider would have more sound effects than the secondary rider. But I'll just show you. So when you try to put one of Diend's cards in the Diend Driver, this is what you get. Just that blank sound, and see, nothing there. Now, vice versa, when you put a Decade card in the Diend Driver, it actually reads it. It doesn't matter like which one you really put in there either, like it will read them. Like, let's take this all the way back and let's try a card like, say, Nego. All right. So this thing can recognize Nego, but Decade can recognize Diend. Alright, so I tried cycling through some other cards, and it turns out the only one that kind of works is Diend's Barrier Attack Ride card. So you just have that generic sound at the end there. So it recognizes that one, but just barely. So last thing that I probably should have showed off at the beginning, but we're here now, so I'll just show you now. It's just the shooting feature without the card. So just pull the trigger and you get that shooting noise. And it goes as fast as you can press the button. That's fun enough by itself. And those lights, those red lights are really bright too. It's almost blinding. So I did not think I would be saying this by the end of this review, but the Diend Driver is a definite improvement over what I've seen from the original, as well as the Diend Driver, both versions actually, because I did not think that this could read more cards than, you know, the primary rider's driver. Like, how does the secondary rider's, well, henching device make more sounds than the primary rider? Like, someone make it make sense. But yeah, like, I would definitely recommend tracking down this version, at least if you can't afford a CSM, because that original one cannot read cards. So this is definitely your best bet for a cheaper option, so to speak. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like my Facebook page, Mil Tokusatsu. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. And this is Mil Tokusatsu, signing off.